My name is John Furniss, also known as the Blind Woodsman. I'm a 100% blind woodworker and I live in the Pacific Northwest. I live here with my wonderful wife Annie, who is also an artist, and our crazy dog Pickle. Growing up, I had a difficult time with anxiety. It became too much for me, and at age 16, I attempted suicide. I survived with my mind totally intact, but I lost my sense of sight and smell. I still struggled for many years after this until I found woodworking. I learned woodworking after I became blind at a vocational school for the blind. The vocational school was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the teacher was also mostly blind and taught me all kinds of adaptive techniques. All these adaptive techniques help me today, and I use a tool called a rotomatic to measure. It's a very simple tactile measuring tool that opens up my wood shop for me. It's the only adaptive tool in my shop. I follow all safety rules when using power tools. Now I have the ability to take the images in my head and make them real. I've come up with a few tricks to keep track of the colors of wood I like to use. First off, Annie helps me separate the different types of wood, and then as I cut them up, I pile them together very carefully and mark them as well so I can keep them separate. Woodworking became a wonderful outlet for me. I use a tool called a wood lathe to make bowls, cups, honeypots, and tables sometimes even. I even helped build an entire wood shop with my teacher. I woodworked for many years, honing those skills, and then in 2011 I moved up here to the Pacific Northwest to go to a school for blind people to learn how to repair pianos. In 2012 I met the love of my life at the piano school I was attending. She was an artist volunteering to paint a piano for a fundraiser, and I walked into the room and immediately put my hand in the wet paint. Our first date was picking peas at my community garden plot. We got married at the same garden spot 3 years later. After my piano business didn't pan out, Annie bought me my very own lathe for my birthday. I got back into woodworking, and with Annie being an artist too, we decided to go into business selling our art. When Annie and I first met, we discovered that we both love to create with our hands. We also discovered that we both struggle with mental health challenges. We found out we have one other thing in common too. We have both used our artwork to help with our mental health challenges. So it just makes sense that we will collaborate on our art pieces sometimes. Making art together is also a way to bring us closer together. And here's my honeybee painting a honeybee. Using our artwork to better ourselves has helped us better each other and strengthen our relationship. It helps very much if you're struggling with mental health to find something that you enjoy doing. You don't have to be good at it, just something you like. And you might even find that just like us, it can lead to something completely new and incredible. I like helping others using my story and experience. I do talks at schools and events about mental health and suicide prevention. My most recent talk was to a group of blind students. Since I love to work with my hands, I also love to work on cars. Another hobby of mine is baking. I even drive. Just kidding. I have almost 2 million followers on social media thanks to my lovely wife. We have a wonderful community of folks who follow us. We make videos of woodworking, me working on cars, baking, and just being silly. We also like to make videos about mental health awareness and blind education. My hope in sharing my journey is to open hearts and minds. I like to say I had to lose my sight to gain my vision.